From luxury rides, tons of iced out jewelry, and a massive mansion, this is how Gunna spends his millions. Gunna loves luxury cars. He has spent over $2 million on them alone. But with this legendary Rolls-Royce Cullinan, it's a different story, because Young Thug actually gifted this to him in 2020.
Twin bought me a Rolls-Royce.
Car, man, relax.
That's crazy. By the road truck.
The Cullinan holds a V12 engine generating 600 horsepower. It is customized with an all-black paint job, with Rolls being one of the peak of luxury rides. Young Thug knew that he had to hook up Gunna with one, as it came with an iconic feature of a star-lit roof in the interior, as well as doors that open up backwards. Although after Gunna got his first, he and Young Thug would then split on a second Rolls-Royce back in 2021. They ended up demolishing it for Young Thug's album release titled Punk. Then heading deeper into the garage of Gunna, he would then pick himself up a Lamborghini Urus. Costing the rapper 280 grand, he customized the car with an orange exterior and white leather seats inside. Although the main reason for the purchase is the high performance of the SUV, featuring a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine and reaching 190 miles an hour and accelerating 60 in only 3 seconds. But it also goes without mentioning that the Urus has the top-of-the-line technology in the dash, and it is actually the best SUV that money can buy. But Gunna would then finally buy himself a very fast vehicle, being none other than the Porsche Turbo S for $210,000. This is one of the few supercars in his collection. It hits a top speed of 207 miles an hour with an unbelievable acceleration to 60 in only 2.5 seconds. Adding another supercar to Gunna's possession would be none other than the Ferrari 812 Superfast. He splurged a $400,000 bill on it, and it is engineered to perfection, not only coming in a very fashionable design, but it also hits speeds to 212 miles an hour. This does make it the fastest car in Gunna's collection, although Gunna needed to add another sports car to his garage, so he would pick up a classic 2020 Chevrolet Corvette C8 Stingray. This is actually one of the cheapest vehicles in his garage, running him $95,000, and it brings just as much speed as you can ever need on a regular road. It accelerates to highway speeds in only 2.8 seconds. But then Gunna decided to completely change everything, because for fun, Gunna decided to throw $100,000 at this weird 3-wheeled ride. It is known as the Campagna T-Rex. He took it to the body shop to have it customized with a yellow exterior and orange leather seats. He even added a custom Forgiato wheels to it as well, and surprisingly, this little vehicle can reach speeds to 150 miles an hour. However, since Gunna is extremely popular, he also needed a very safe ride. He purchased a Cadillac Escalade for his security squad. He customized it with very thick glass windows to protect him in case he ever gets ran up on. This costed him $170,000. While Gunna's car collection took a huge chunk of money, he has also spent millions of dollars on his jewelry. From iced out chains to watches, rings, and bracelets, he has it all. Just because his watch collection alone has ran him over $1 million. He has purchased over 15 watches since the start of his music career. He has everything that you can imagine, from Rolexes, APs, and even a Richard Mille. But what makes his watch collection a little sad is that most of them were actually gifts from Young Thug, as Young Thug gifted Gunna his first ever designer Rolex watch. As in 2021, he would also hook him up with 4 APs for his birthday.
Still my birthday. Still my birthday. Not 1, but 2, not 2, not 3, 4. Still my birthday.
Although once Gunna's money started rolling in, selling a bunch of records, he began spending wildly to expand his collection, picking up an AP 2-tone encrusted in diamonds for $65,000. He also added on with a Richard Mille. It costed him around $125,000 or more. However, any type of designer watch is good for Gunna, because he would go on to purchase a black hublot piece covered in diamonds. He even bought himself a Rolex Jubilee with a blue face dial and once again iced it out in diamonds as well. But you already knew that Gunna had to buy himself at least one Patek, so he would pick up a Patek watch costing him over $100,000. However, with Patek recently discontinuing the watch, this watch is now worth over $200,000. He would go on to state in an interview that he's going to be hiding this watch for several years and waiting for retirement. Although Gunna didn't cheap out on his rings either, as he would first showcase his snake ring that wraps around 2 fingers. Fully encrusted in diamonds, it is one of the most unique rings that we have ever seen. It ran his pockets $30,000, but he also got a special thumb ring and it ran him another $17,000. But he has got way more diamond rings that fit with different patterns. It all costed a total of 40 grand.
This is Charlene. This is Charlene. Right here. Charlene. I'm pushing. You see what I'm saying? Let me see who on here. Let me see what's happening. What's up, P? What's happening?
Although an iconic part of his jewelry collection would be none other than the triple stacked Cuban link bracelet. When he puts on all 3 of them, it actually spells out drip or drown. This costed him $15,000 for each. Then when it comes to his chains, he has got honestly too many, starting with a thick Cuban link chain in rose gold costing him $40,000. But his most valuable pendant and chain that he owns is a Cuban link necklace that has snakes on both sides. And then it connects to a massive pendant that spells out the word Gunna. He said that it ran him $250,000 for the piece. But another one in his collection is another Cuban link that's connected by a snake again, and it has a giant pendant that reads YSL, representing the Young Thug label. But with Young Thug in jail and Gunna out in the free world, who knows what he even did with this piece. Overall, his jewelry collection ran him easily over $2 million, and despite spending a bunch on himself, he has also gifted a couple of pieces back to Young Thug, since that's what he first did for him. This is way before the legal issue started, I might add.
Yep, it is.
Bro.
Proud of you. Proud of that guy? Roly poly.
Nice show.
No cap. Proud family.
Not to mention, for Young Thug's 29th birthday, Gunna also did him a solid in gifting him $100,000 in cash. Although adding on a different accessory to his fashion, Gunna purchased a ridiculous amount of sneakers, costing him another $50,000. Not to mention all of the designer bags that Gunna has purchased for himself from Birkin and Louis Vuitton.
You pushing P? You pushing P or what? Or what? I'm in Chanel and they wearing the money now. You feel me?
But when it comes to the mansion that Gunna stays at, he actually purchased a home for himself in Atlanta back in 2021. Unfortunately, no photos of the home has ever been released besides 2 from Gunna's Instagram. He stays very private about his whereabouts, but it does show that he has a recording studio while having a modern interior. Then it comes to the cost of the house. He said that himself, it costed him well into the 7-figure mark. But with no official numbers ever being released, it is safe to assume it's likely above $5 million. And while Gunna has spent a ridiculous amount of money on himself and making multi-millions of dollars every year, he is sure to give back to the ones around him. He went back to the school that he went to growing up and donated several of thousands of dollars to renovate and fund the school for all of its needs. Not to mention, he put a literal grocery store inside of the school where everything is free. This helps out families of the school in underprivileged areas. But with getting back to the ridiculous spending from the rapper, he got really deep into the NFT craze, as Gunna purchased himself a Bored Ape NFT for $300,000. Nothing ever really came from it since it's just a picture, but you know, Gunna had to hop on the hype train in 2021. Ever since returning home from jail, however, he's been releasing several viral tracks, skyrocketing his net worth well over $8 million.